I'm Nick Marconi, and welcome to Steve Taylor's High School Stars of the Week, where we highlight local high school stars. We're kicking things off from Northview High School, BG, Perrysburg, and Central Catholic. Tom, Terry, tell us what we got.
Hi, Tom Cole for the Steve Taylor High School Stars of the Week, and certainly here with superstar Terry Crosby. The boss is out of town, and so it's Crosby Cole.
Crosby Cole.
And China doing the video. Yeah, Marconi.
C3.
Yeah, C3. I like it. We cut Marconi out. I like that. So, we're good to go. Terry, right off the get-go, we're going to talk about a lot of running backs this week on the show. But a young man made a great defensive play that allowed Northview to beat Springfield. Talk a little bit about that.
That is so important, T. Cole. Jack Klowski intercepted the pass in the dying minutes to give Northview the victory over Springfield. Yeah. So that was significant in that win. And you know what? He goes both ways, too. So you know how I feel about two-way athletes.
You've always appreciated people that play on both sides of the ball and contribute and help your team win. And, it is about making plays. In the end, it comes down to making plays,
And you remember we talked about this earlier in the week. We said in any football game, what is it, 5 plays?
It's 5 plays, yeah. Yes. That's a great point, Cross. Yeah. People don't understand in football. They say, well, somebody got blown out 45-6 or whatever. Right. But if you go back and look at that tape in a 45-6 game, I guarantee you it was 5 plays. Yes. 5 plays that the team lost that didn't make. And if you make those 5 plays, it's a close ball game. So, But we'll move on, Cross. Okay. That was a 28-21 victory for Northview over Springfield. We're going to go to BG, and this is an interesting story to me. They've got a quarterback. When you think quarterback today with the advent of the passing game, spread offense, throwing it all over the lot, and that's what you think of when you talk about high school football. We're talking about Eli Brown from Bowling Green High School, and Cross, he didn't just throw it. He rushed for about 250 yards. Talk about that.
That is absolutely amazing. Mr. Eli Brown, BG quarterback. Yep. It is amazing. What a great athlete he is. Normally when you see a quarterback, they kind of hand the ball off to the tailback or the fullback. Yeah. They kind of throw passes throughout the game.
And they don't like to get smashed around a lot. No, trust me, I get that.
This young man is a beast. Yeah. He not only can throw the ball, but he also rushed for a big 235 yards.
Yeah,
and a great victory, too.
When college recruiters are looking at someone, I think they tend to look at somebody who can do those things. I mean, maybe in college he does become a running back. Who knows? Yes. He's proved that he can run the football.
Great athlete.
Yep. We're going to move across now to Perrysburg. Coach Kriegel's got a good team this year again. He's a tremendous coach. Another, we're hitting your theme today, Cross, on running backs. Chris Mason, another excellent running back at Perrysburg.
Yes. And Perrysburg, the Yellow Jackets have gotten off to a 3-0 start. And part of that success is down to the young man who, Chris Mason. Yes. Who actually, Tom, rushed for 128 yards.
Yes. And he had 2 long TD runs, which you
40-yarder and an 84-yarder.
Yeah, which you used to do in your career. So you was a great.
Did I?
Yeah, I was there. I coached against
God.
you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I got the cleat marks where you ran up and down my shoes on the sideline.
Thank you,
it's true. I mean, am I lying?
Well, no.
I'm not lying. Trust me. You ran by me a lot on the sideline. Next, we're going to go across to Central Catholic High School. And again, this is a theme today is our great running backs. Yes. Prentice Reasonover. It was the game, the Irish Knight, St. Francis, and Central playing for the Irish Knight. Central won big, but talk about Reasonover because he had a special game.
Oh, he is an absolute beast. He rushed for 337, 40 yards, including, now check this out, including 5 touchdowns. Okay, in that great victory. So he's a workhorse, he's a beast. But what we also have to give credit to is the great offensive line that he has in front of him at Central Catholic.
Yeah, and that's been a key to Central Catholic on both sides. On both sides of the ball. Yes. Their defensive line is terrific. Their offensive line. Matter of fact, last week we acknowledged a young man who played in the offensive line for Central Catholic, Christopher Sennett, who was center guard for them, and their line is very, very good. It's well taught and well done.
And you know what I want to say about that just briefly, Tom? A lot of times your running backs are as good as your offensive line.
Oh, absolutely.
And I tend to want to give credit. I mean, I'm going back 150 years ago, I know. But when I played, I ran for a lot of yardage, but that was because
The
of
offensive
the
line.
outstanding.
And you've always
offensive
given them
line.
credit.
Yes.
Just in the Monday night game last night, the Giants running back, his name escapes me. Senile Dementi has got me. From Penn State, the great running back. that
Yes,
went to the
yes,
Giants.
yes, yes.
He had at one time he had 7 rushes for a minus, 9 yards. Well, he can run the football, but the offensive line was getting no push up front, and they couldn't get it done. So
if he's nowhere to go, he's nowhere to go.
I don't care who you are. It doesn't make any difference. Barry Sanders is one of the few guys that I've ever seen that even if you didn't block for him, he'd find a place to go.
Him and Gale Sayers.
Gale Sayers too. They had that ability to
You
do
remember
that.
him?
Oh, I do.
Yes.
They had the ability to make that sideways
Right,
cut.
right,
That
right.
sideways cut is just unbelievable. Also in the St. Francis Central game, this stat really threw me, T. Central's won the Irish Night. And it just boggles my mind because St. Francis has had so many great athletes and great.
Program.
18 years in a row, they've won the Irish Night, which is, mind-boggling to me.
And the thing about that, and I'm sure you agree with this, that has to be somewhat of a mental thing for St. Francis.
Oh, absolutely, it's a mental thing. Yeah.
So once they break that,
Yeah.
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
But 18, losing to another team
18
times in a row.
Yeah. Well, and you do come up to the point, they say, well, it's a great rivalry. Well, yes, it's a great rivalry, but to continue to make it a great rivalry, you got to win some of those games. That's what. But St. Francis is a great school, great team. They have a terrific coach.
Yes.
Coach Chip is tremendous, and he'll get it done. They had a winning season last year. They made the playoffs last year. Chipka's a great coach.
But I think that rivalry will relive itself once St. Francis is capable of beating Central.
It's it really is the physicality of Central Catholic. If you want to,
Yes.
What's their reason for success? It's the physicality. They're very physical. They're a small college team, and they play like a small college team.
Year after year.
Yep. Cross, that's going to do it for our Steve Taylor High School Stars today. It seemed weird doing it without the boss, Steve Taylor, and Nick Marconi, the whole thing. I mean, Nick did a little open for us, but he's gone. So we did the best we could, boss. China kept us in line. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next week.